Oh, is that a home?
Wait, what?
Welcome to a podcast experience like no other.
I'm your FCSD, friendly Canadian shit disturber.
A show about everything, but also about nothing.
Today, Steve stopped me from being a millionaire. I could have been a millionaire.
A show about sports and the power of friendship.
Texted everybody, please mute your phones. And Emanuel is such a jackass.
A podcast so knowledgeable about sports, you will never need to listen to another podcast ever again.
MLB. Okay, I think the Blue Jays and White Sox make it to the end. Is that possible?
A show that delivers the facts.
What is Daryl Morey on? He's got to be on some strong crack cocaine or something, asking that much for Ben Simmons.
Welcome to the We Got Balls podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the We Got Balls podcast. I am one of the hosts of the show, Steve Trudeau. With me today, my two co-hosts, Emanuel Pacheco, Michael Almeida. Guys, how we doing?
Awesome.
Wow, I love it.
Yeah, I'm the only one.
You guys are both drunk today.
I wish. I ran out of Hennessy. It's a sad day in the Trudeau household.
I stopped drinking ciders because it was not good for my health, but now I've had to start again.
I
don't know.
I saw some of your Halloween pictures. You're definitely still drinking ciders because you're drunk as hell.
Listen, I'm telling you, I'm not even kidding. I will bring it up, but our Halloween party on Saturday, somebody posted our video and it went viral, and we have 107,000 views on it. Like, no, and it's going up. Like the TikTok thing, I'll find it the exact number, but it's going viral. And I'm in it.
You can say thank you to me and Trudeau because we're the ones that made it.
Post it.
We got really upset that we weren't invited.
But yeah.
And why weren't you wearing a We Got Balls t-shirt for that video?
I should have, but I was wearing a what is it? The Squid Games costume. So.
Oh, by the way, did I tell you I started watching that?
I know, I heard. So I'm very excited for you to see, but you have to watch the whole thing to the end, right? Because it's very good.
I've only watched one episode, but it looks really good so far. I'm definitely intrigued. The only problem is, so I watched Ted Lasso for you were really on me about watching Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
And Emanuel, thank you so much. And by the way, Mikey watched it, so we'll get into that in a second.
Okay.
But Ted Lasso is 30 minutes a pop, and it's really digestible. Squid Games, an hour at a time. It's tough to get through it, to binge them.
Yeah.
That's the only downfall.
It is, but it is well worth it because I think the Squid Games is one of these things that it's outside of the U.S. Hollywood kind of movie scene, and it's actually it's like amazing director, amazing storyline, amazing actors. It's great. Overall, it's phenomenal. I love it.
So can I ask you guys what you dressed up for as Halloween? I think you were the Squid Games character, right?
I was the actual guy 457 or whatever, 456, I think, whatever his number is. But I was him. Myra was the girl, and then Myra's father was the number 101.
Oh yes,
and he looked exactly like him. It was great. We sprayed his hair white and everything. It looked great.
That guy's
really
awesome.
did.
Yeah, it was really good.
Mikey, what were you for Halloween?
We were on the vineyard, so we actually just went to go watch the kids, and that was pretty cool.
Can you wait, Mikey? You can't just come on a podcast and say, I was just watching the kids and it was pretty cool. Can you explain what you were talking about?
Martha's Vineyard, everybody goes down to Edgartown, but they don't. So check this out. They don't trick-or-treat at night. It's all in the morning. There was not one trick-or-treater out all night.
Really?
But it's fun to watch them. The parents got into it. There was one guy that was dressed like what's that Angelina Jolie character that for Disney? What was it, Meg? Maleficent.
Maleficent, yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. And then it's fun. I always dress up every year. I'm always Rick Grimes from The Walking Dead every single year. And I add on every single year different parts of the costume. I got a real gun holder, but I put lollipops in there. And I just hand them out. Bad idea.
And just real quick, I was Bob Belcher from Bob's Burger, had the mustache. But Mikey, so is this supposed to be your Halloween costume you're wearing right now?
I'm Michael Scott, baby. Oh wait, let me take off the glasses. Probably a little
Oh.
confused.
I
Booze
thought, you were
Cruise.
I thought you were just telling us that you went to Martha's Vineyard and you were dressed up like this, like you just got back. I just got back off the boat, guys.
I did. I drove the boat home, so it was very nice, all the way to Plymouth. So
Well, why are you wearing that costume right now?
because Seamus screwed me.
Listen, again, like the little kids comment, can you please elaborate what you're
No,
talking about?
Seamus
screwing
screwed
you?
me. I got the Atlanta Hawks and your stupid bigger bucket baller, whatever. And once again, he screwed me and he took my team instead of Emanuel's team, which was the obvious choice. Didn't you get the Nets?
The Nets. But
And I got the Hawks.
He was right about the Nets because they had a tough go at it. They went 4-3. They had to sweat it out.
I'm starting to, suspect that there's some kind of relationship behind the scenes of Emanuel and Seamus. Because every time Seamus is on this show, he's a little, what, and wants to cuddle with Emanuel. So he picks my team, and then he gives me the Pistons. Oh, not the Pistons, the freaking Pelicans, the worst team in the league, right?
So Mikey's wearing. So here's the thing. For the audience, right? And a lot of you are watching and listening on podcasts. You might not understand. So Mikey's dressed up with a sailor hat and some glasses. Listen, so we do this thing bi-weekly, and if you lose, you have to pay a punishment. And his punishment this week was to wear a Halloween costume. And this is the most weak-ass Halloween costume I've ever seen. He just threw on a hat and said, "This is my Halloween costume." Emanuel, will you stand for this bullshit, Emanuel?
No, absolutely. I think this is a cop-out. You wear a hat and sunglasses. You had the sunglasses, obviously, before. And the hat was probably you and Megan doing some Captain and Tennille, some sort of sex role playing thing. So
accusations.
All right. First, I don't want to know Emanuel's dreams that he does at night of me and whatever. Number one. Number two, until Brian Picanisco and Luca come in and do their punishments, you are not enforcers. You two are weaklings. So I'm not worried about you. I'm not worried about you.
The Reddit chat's tearing your ass apart, saying your costume's a weak ass costume.
That's fine. I don't really care what the Reddit chat. Go do something better with your time than watch me, Steven, and Emanuel.
Wow.
Emanuel can't even wear a "We Got Balls" podcast shirt with every hit, or get one of his influencers because he knows so many to wear one. Well, don't come at me.
Listen, at least, someone around here is trying to grow the podcast. I've been working with other podcasters. In fact, I have a podcast right now playing our trailer in their episode. So there you go.
Oh my God. So
really.
we're like global? Wait, where are they from?
The UK, baby. We're all over the place now.
Oh,
yeah.
amazing.
And it's a good ass podcast, man. I like them. I listened to a few episodes. Real good.
What are they called?
It's hard. It's wait ... what? A trio of nonsense. It's kind of like us if we were English. And they don't do sports, though. It's like complete randomness and nonsense, which I love. It's just all about the conversation, the fun, the good times. Pretty sure they're drunk half the time. But I can't say this because half of us are drunk half the time, too. There's Emanuel with the cider right there. But yeah, no, they do some fun stuff. They did an episode about like toys from their childhood. They did an episode about strange injuries they found on the internet. So I think I would get down with toys from the childhood. I think I could get down with a good episode about that.
Yeah.
What's your favorite childhood toy, Emanuel? Like rock or stick or something?
You don't know. Okay.
Slinky.
So I have most of the toys that I used to play with up here, but actually the ones that I really like I used to like the little video games and stuff like that. And Donkey Kong is still my number one game that I used to play and toy that I used to play. I used to have a Donkey Kong game that I used to play and that's what I used to do all the time. So that was my
According to his couple last sick comments he's had since I've been on, I'm pretty sure it's a dirty sock is his favorite toy nowadays.
Oh my God. I got to put, for most episodes, I just leave as is, but this podcast episode is going to get an E for explicit for sure. It's been off the rails right away. By the way, best toy from my childhood, Bop It. What's up?
Really?
Really?
That's
that
dope.
stupid thing? That stupid thing?
Yeah,
where you have to go around.
That toy was awesome.
That mental masturbation toy?
Okay, hold on. We're talking, Mr. I like to play with the Rubik's Cube. How many Rubik's Cubes do you have behind you? And he's making fun of Bop It. Get the hell out of here, man.
I have this massive one somebody sent me from Australia anonymously, and it works. And it's like Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
good like.
this guy's making fun of Bop It. Exactly.
Bobbit was a really cool toy.
Mikey, what do you got? Best toys?
Well, I'm gonna go with those huge like GI Joe like boats that come with all these crazy things.
Yeah.
Either that or Game Boy Color.
Oh, Game Boy for sure.
Game
Yeah.
Boy Color was awesome. You could travel, shut your mouth in the back seat, and your parents just drove. It was amazing. Best times. Better than Rubik's cubes for sure.
But
This comes from people who don't know how to solve the Rubik's cube. So I'm not saying anything more.
Oh man, you must be, the class act at band camp over there.
But yeah, no, bottom line, Mikey, Emanuel, I feel like you'd like that podcast. It's Wait, What a Trio of Nonsense. I think I got it on Spotify, but it's pretty much everywhere. So check it out.
I'm
I
logging
really
in. So
enjoyed it.
again, say it again. It's Wait, What?
Wait, what a Trio of Nonsense.
Okay, I'm
It's
logging in
good.
now. Awesome.
It's good. Also, I had a question. Someone's asking if you've ever been to a haunted house. I'm pretty sure Mikey grew up in a haunted house. So
You grew up in a haunted house.
No, I actually got in trouble. What was it? The Factory of Terror. My
Yeah?
dad brought me, and I bit one of the people by accident.
What?
I swear to God.
Okay, wait a minute. We
I
gotta
got
dig
so
into
much
this.
trouble.
Trudeau, we got to dig into this. Was this
Go
like
for it.
what body part did you bite? Was it a male?
It was like
Oh,
it was
great
like
question.
a hand
Great
or a
question.
finger.
a hand or a
hand or a
thumb?
Wait,
finger.
wait. All Mikey knows is it was long and cylindrical, and he bit it.
Yeah, exactly.
You two, what have you been doing since I've gone? With Seamus, probably. I'm not letting Seamus off of it. I'm actually looking for the wait, what?
A trio of nonsense. It's their logo's like a worm coming out of a box of Chinese food.
What?
But
Wait, I have to say.
no, I did want to get into some more serious matter. That is mascots.
Yes.
Because I know Emanuel was really into this idea. What brought this to your attention, Emanuel, the other day?
Well, our beloved Toronto mascot. I thought he was the best, right? But then when I started to dig into it, he's actually not the best, but he's close. He's like number 4 on the list. But there's many more mascots that I wasn't even aware. There's some really good ones and some really bad ones, which I don't know how these became mascots. But I want to find out all there is to know about mascots. I don't know if you guys are interested, but
Well, I think I know exactly how you got into this topic because I was watching the Raptors game when you were watching the Raptors game.
Yeah.
Which weirdly enough, I feel like every year I find a new team to like watch on the league pass, and for some reason this year I think I'm adopting the Raptors.
Woo!
Yeah, I've watched like 5 of their 7 games so far.
Wow.
I love
But
that.
I know why you asked this because during the Raptors broadcast they were asking people to vote the Raptor into the Mascot Hall of Fame, right?
Correct. Yeah, correct.
And I was surprised to find out there was a Mascot Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it's the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. I did research on it, and yeah, it's this. They sell tickets. You can go there and apparently go and view. It's like a real thing. Apparently now I have to go. Apparently.
I mean, I feel like it's right up your alley. And I looked in. I have the wiki page in front of me. Do you know there's only 25 mascots in the Mascot Hall of Fame? I feel like it's a really small number.
Yeah, it is. So, are you thinking that you might be able to make it in? Like, what? Like, what does it? Like, what's going on?
I think Mikey might be able to make it in with his little hat and
I think
sunglass
you could,
combination.
yeah.
I like how Trudeau said that while he was licking his lips.
Seattle.
He was like, Mikey's hat. He's
Just
sicko.
such a good captain. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm glad to be back with the team.
Ahoy, matey.
But I'm looking at the Mascot Hall of Fame inductees of the 25. I feel like the Raptor has a good shot because there's some really terrible, there's some really bad mascots in this Hall of Fame.
I don't understand some of them. Half of them that are on there, I don't get. I don't understand why they're actually mascots.
So the first ballot Hall of Fame, Mike, you might know a couple of these. So the first 3 are like, they're pretty legit mascots.
All right, can I guess one?
Yeah, go ahead.
The Phillies Fanatic.
Absolutely. That was the first inductee into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he was legit. The second, let me go with Mr. Met.
No, good guess though. I think
Mr.
he's in the
Met
Hall
would
of Fame. He's in the Hall of Fame though. You had that right.
But he's not the top 3.
What about? Is there any NFL or no?
So of the first 3 inducted, there are 0 NFL. You've got the Philly Fanatic. There's another baseball one, and there's a basketball one.
Wally?
No.
No.
The other
damn.
baseball is the famous chicken, believe it or not.
Oh.
It's the mascot of the San Diego Padres. And then the other one was the Phoenix Sun Gorilla, which makes zero sense.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I don't mind
But
him.
so I have on my screen, I want to share with you one of the mascots currently in the Hall of Fame, and it's his name is Big Red. If you're listening to a podcast, just Google Big Red Western Kentucky. It's essentially just like a red blob. You know what it looks like to me, actually? You know, like the South Park characters when they're Canadian, they have like the the line in the middle of their face, and their head opens halfway.
Why are you bringing Canadians into this?
Do you
Looks
watch
like
South Park?
I do, but still,
this guy, this mascot right here, Big Red, made it in before your Raptor. This is an outrage.
This is an outrage. But the year that they got in and which ones are the top ones are different, because I have the top 10 list chosen by viewers, by people not in the Hall of Fame, but I actually have the top 10 list. I'd love to hear your take on what ones you would be in the top 3
of the Hall of Fame.
No, just in general, your mascots. I'd love to hear.
I have my top 5 list if you want, but if you want to give,
sure, go ahead.
All right, do you have a sounder for me?
Let me find one.
I prefer like kids going yay.
Yeah, I have that one.
If you have that one.
Yeah, I've got that one. So is there a reason why you want that one?
There's a picture on the internet of Trudeau dressed up as his college mascot.
Whoops. Okay, I'll find the yay.
Trudeau, you remember that?
There's the yay. What college mascot are we talking about? My college mascot was a Corsair, which was very bizarre. It's like a French pirate.
Yeah, you're wearing his head with your lab coat.
Oh, that wasn't me. That was the actual mascot that came into the lab. I don't know
why. Sure. It's okay, Trudeau.
All right. So you want my top 5, Emanuel, mascots?
Top five.
All
and
right,
then
so I'll go from 5 to 1.
Okay.
And I'll pull up the picture for you guys as we go through it.
Okay.
Just so in case you're not sure. So my number 5 is the Oregon Duck.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oregon Duck.
Where's my sounder, Emanuel?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I was baffled why you chose that one, but go ahead. Yeah.
Look how cool he looks. He's just a cool little duck. He's got a nice little costume on. He looks like he's ready to go on a sailing boat.
Wait a minute. Disney probably sued these guys because of Donald Duck. Like, it's exactly a Donald Duck ripoff, but a cheaper version. It's a Chinese knockoff.
Wow, way to hate on.
Tell them how you feel.
Oh yeah, no, that's a Chinese knockoff. That's a toy I would buy in a Shanghai toy store.
This guy's over here buying more toys. Stop buying toys, Emanuel.
All right, that did not work on the search. So my number 4 is Rocky the Mountain Lion. So for those unfamiliar, it's the Nuggets mascot. Try and pull up the picture for the guys on the podcast. But here you go. He's a cool looking mountain lion.
Yeah.
With some high flying stuff. I just like the general aesthetic of like the little face, little cat face. He seems really pleasant. And I've seen him do some. He flies through. I've seen him do shenanigans at the arena. He like throws popcorn on people and stuff like that. So it's some fun stuff. All right, my number 3 is a classic, Benny the Bull.
Aw, damn it.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I'm going to get rid of it.
I get the sounder.
Yeah.
He's just an OG. I don't know what to say.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I agree with this one. Yeah.
So I don't know about my number 2 as far as how everyone else will feel about my number 2 mascot, but it's personal to me as a Magic fan. My number 2 mascot is Stuff the Magic Dragon.
Oh yeah.
I like Stuff. He's on my top 5. So
Emanuel,
don't search that. Don't search Stuff.
Emanuel, can you please press the sound?
No, don't do that. Don't search that. Stuffing the Dragon. Do not do that.
Oh man.
Erase your browser history.
Here's Stuff the Magic Dragon. He's just weird. I don't know. He's always doing wacky stuff. I like that he has little like blow things out of his nose.
Yeah.
So he's my boy there. And number 1, Emanuel, if you would please make sure hit the sounder this time for me, because the reason why I like the sounder is because I'm trying to, for those not watching me right now, I'm trying to Google this stuff as we go through it, and the sounder gives me like a solid
Mine?
3 seconds to type into Google.
Okay.
So my number one is the one and only Mascot Hall of Fame first ballot inductee, the Philly Fanatic.
Ugh.
And the reason why I say he's the number one mascot of all time is because if you took off from the Philly Fanatic, the Phillies gear, and just had the Fanatic by himself, people would recognize who he is. He's that recognizable worldwide. Like, not all mascots can say that.
No, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I think that's a solid list. So, Mikey, what about you?
All right. Starting at number 5, I was going to go with Benny the Bull. I just like him. I don't know why. He's so likable.
Cool. He's likable.
But I didn't want to copy Trudeau because we have 2 already in the top 5 of the same. So I'm going Hugo, the Charlotte Hornets mascot.
He's okay.
I think
that's why he's number 5, Emanuel.
He looks cool. I'm a little suspect about this little pooch at the bottom for him with the human legs just coming out.
He doesn't work out.
He's got really thin legs.
He's not the Steelers mascot. That guy works out.
I have my top 5 worst mascots, and I just gotta say about mascots, human mascots, like mascots that portray human characters, are always the worst.
The worst. Yeah, the worst.
As a kid, I always got confused with Notre Dame's mascot and the Boston Celtics mascot. How are they any different?
They're kind of the same.
All right, number 4. I'm gonna give. This one's probably on Emanuel's. I'm going with Ace, the Blue Jay from the Blue Jays.
Yeah. I think
I'm assuming he's just a nice little Blue Jay.
He's a cute little Blue Jay.
I don't know about this Ace guy.
I like Ace.
He's okay.
So, all right, number 3. You don't have to show a picture. We already went through this one. Same thing with Trudeau, Magic fan. So we're going with stuff. Number 2, and Trudeau will know why I picked this one. This one's my favorite, one of my favorite mascots. He's just always super creative. The fan base loves him, and the Cameron crazies go crazy for him. So Duke the Blue Devil.
Yeah,
and he kind of looks like Coach K too. So look at his face.
Oh yeah, this
kind of looks like Coach K.
Yeah. This is not
in a way. What are you talking
how
about?
they give him like giant arms, like he's jacked. The Blue Devil. Like, look at this photo. He's not. He definitely doesn't skip bicep day.
He's definitely one of the stronger ones.
He kind of looks like JJ Redick.
That's how they made him.
Trade him after that.
And now I'm going with this one as my number 1. This mascot like flew up my charts after I found out that their stadium giveaway was this mascot with a Portuguese flag. Imagine how cool that is. With me and Emanuel being Portuguese, we're very prideful of our ancestors and where they're from. So Stomp from the Oakland Athletics is my number 1 mascot. And he's a cute elephant. I love elephants.
No, God! No, God, please, no!
I gave you a few seconds there, Trudeau, to find that one.
I appreciate that because I need a second. He doesn't. He looks more like a rat than an elephant. Sorry.
No, he's an elephant.
No,
Trudeau,
that's a rat. That does not look like an elephant.
I don't know what rats look like at your household.
That looks like do you guys remember Pizza Rat?
About?
Pizza Rat. That's exactly what Stomp is.
That is
Pizza
a rat. That is.
He's not a rat. He's
100%
better than. Look how cute that elephant is.
Let me ask you, if you're listening to the podcast, Google Stomp Oakland mascot and tell me he does not look like a rat to you.
That's a rat.
You
Yeah,
both are rats.
That's the worst possible mascot that you could have chosen. The worst possible.
All right, let's hear your list. Or is it Rubik's Cube?
Yeah. No. So I've got a few. So I've got. I'll do top 5. So Blooper from the Atlanta Braves. So baseball. I thought that he's quite good. So if you took a look at him, Blooper, and
So wait. So Emanuel, you took time.
This mascot is awful.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
5. No, this is why.
No. This
the
one's
shenanigans.
bad.
No, he's got lots of shenanigans. I like shenanigans.
So you spent the day just checking out mascots. That wasn't. You're supposed to make ones that are happy and good. What is this?
I don't
This
know.
is what children's nightmares are about.
It looks like a thumb that has like.
At
things
least
with,
mine
like,
is
eyes
an
attached to it.
approachable rat. What is this?
Yeah.
All
This
right.
is. I can't wait for number 4 if this is number 5.
Yeah, this is number 5. So number 4. So I had the Tommy Hawk. Tommy Hawk from the Boston
Atlanta Hawks?
Chicago. Tommy Hawk.
Tommy Hawk or the Black Hawk? Sorry, give yourself
No,
the sound.
Tommy
guy.
Hawk. That's Tommy Hawk. He
No.
comes
You know what
in
he
as
looks like? He looks like a cartoon. I forgot what cartoon he
Yes.
looks like.
Yeah.
Woodpecker. Woody the
Woody
Woodpecker.
Woodpecker. 100%. Yeah. That's why. That's a childhood theme of mine. So the
What
other
is
one,
Yeah,
I chose one of-
okay.
one
This
of
is terrible.
Stuff the Magic Dragon. I
this-
chose as number 3. So I agree. That
Oh
for-
man, everyone's got stuff.
that's a good one. I think that's a good one. Now I
If you
chose
ever
number
watched-
2 as Philly, the Philly Fanatic.
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, what do you think my number 1 is? And wait. So, okay.
The Raptor.
Is it good or bad? Oh, it's gotta be the
No,
Raptor,
it's, good.
probably.
It's a good one. No.
It's Oklahoma City's Bison.
Is it gonna be gritty? Is it gonna be gritty?
It is gritty.
Oh god,
He was
Gritty's
also
the,
voted by the number 1 fans as well. So he has the highest.
Gritty is the creepiest, but also the best
Yes.
mascot.
Oh
ever.
my
the
God.
best mascot. Have you ever seen? I've seen him at a game. So
I
we
saw him
at-
outside of a McDonald's, super drunk, asking for change the other day. That's what I saw. That's like the uncle you don't sit next to at Thanksgiving.
Oh my god.
This is a terrible one. Don't you ever say anything about Stomp and his beautiful face when you pick this guy.
No.
The hell out of here with that.
There's no way
I-
Stomp is number 1.
I feel
They
like-
found this behind Jim Hempson's house after he threw it out and said it was not even close to being Muffet appropriate.
because
the hell
it
outta
scared
here with
kids. Because it scared kids too much. Well, on the
I feel like Gritty might have been one of the Muppets that did crack cocaine and was kicked off the show. He's in rehab
Yeah.
right now.
yeah.
His
That's
crack
the best.
addiction.
But he was very good on the ice, and he was extremely good. He's NHL, right? So he's in Pittsburgh.
Just imagine waking up like in the middle of the night. It's dark, it's quiet. You hear something noise in your room, and just out of the corner of your eyes, you see this looking in your face. Just Gritty.
Oh man,
Well,
I want
he's
to.
in-
So what about
He's in
your
the right
worst?
city.
Yeah. So what about your worst mascots now? I have a catch-all for mascots that are the worst mascots
Oh,
of
my
all the sports. Period.
Can we just
But
all pick one worst?
one.
Yeah,
mascot?
pick all one worst mascot.
Okay, I gotta take some time, so you guys go.
No, I've got
Manuel,
mine.
go
So
ahead.
Trudeau, you want me to go first?
Go for it.
So I have a category and then I have one. Okay. So the
Okay.
category is any of the Olympics or World Cup mascots or Japanese mascots. They are
Oh.
the absolute worst. They're just caricatures or like
The
athletes.
fuck is this?
Like, so that's the category of Olympics mascots. They are the
Okay.
worst. But I do have one that is actually even worse than
Wait 1 second. I just want to read. I had a photo up on my desktop of Gritty to show you guys, and then I just noticed the headline of this photo. It says Gritty vindicated. Philadelphia Flyers mascot cleared of punching child.
that. Yeah. Exactly. That's why he's the best.
Sorry.
He was cleared. He
I'm
was
sorry.
cleared.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I had to read that headline that was
He
on
was
the article.
cleared. Okay. I want to be very,
Oh,
very
God.
correct in saying he was cleared. Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Emmanuel. Go ahead.
Okay. So this is so Delta State University has a mascot that I think
God.
is absolutely the worst. It's called the Fighting Okra.
Oh, I actually looked that up when I was.
Oh
looking for
my
this mascot.
god.
The worst possible mascot you could ever. He's a scary vegetable. You want your kids not to ever eat vegetables? Go to a game and watch this guy.
It looks like an angry pickle.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's wearing
that's
boxing
terrible.
gloves. Yeah. He's ridiculous. It's
I
just
feel like
absolutely ridiculous.
though, I will say this. I feel like at that point though, you're embracing how bad it is. Like they know it's not good,
Oh,
but
yeah,
they
well,
love it because it's not good. They know it's terrible because it's just a joke at that point. So
Yeah.
it's
But
not as
look-
bad as my choice for the worst mascot.
Okay, I want to hear your choice. But before I go, Kobe mascot of the 1992 Olympic Games, tell me that that's not a worst mascot. Like that's not a bad mascot.
I will look it up.
Oh, that's pretty
afterwards.
bad.
Yeah, that's that mascot. That's literally the mascot. They literally just put a guy in a suit, sewed it around, and then put some like a face that's off to the side. They
All right,
literally
so-
ran on thread on this one.
I had a couple of them. This wasn't my worst mascot of all time, but I
Okay.
wanted to pick this one as my number 2 because I just thought it would kind of balance out what you're doing. So this mascot, I don't think they're trying to make it bad, but it's just so bad. And
I
it's
think we're at the same page.
Coyote,
no.
the Spurs mascot.
Okay.
Now we talked about Gritty, how he looks like he's high on meth. Have you seen the Coyote's eyes?
Yeah, that's
Have you
insane.
seen these eyes?
Yeah.
What is this man
Oh
on?
my
He's on
God.
some serious peyote. Look at this. Look at this. And the worst part about this mascot, this Spurs mascot, it's in the Hall of Fame of mascots.
Yeah,
This
I don't
is
understand.
in the
that.
Hall of Fame. And you're a Raptor. Your beloved Raptor is not in the Hall of Fame.
Not yet, but we are voting. I did vote for him as well, so that'll probably put it over the edge.
All right. Well, me and Mikey will give 2 votes for stuff, so we're gonna kick that Raptor out.
You're such an anarchist. I swear to God, you're such an anarchist.
Oh, I'm the anarchist.
Yes, you are the anarchist.
Yeah.
You're
Coming
the
from Emmanuel. You know you're the biggest anarchist on this show. Mikey's the only sane one.
I'm the closet anarchist. Okay? I'm the
Yeah.
closet anarchist.
You got to take it dose at a time. All right, I got mine. I'm ready.
Okay. Let's go. Let's go.
All right, so
All right,
what-
I'm
you
gonna big news out of Reese Witherspoon camp this week. I don't know if you boys heard, but Legally Blonde was supposed to be filmed at Stanford University, and
the
they
tree.
pulled last minute.
Oh, really?
So they ended up having to shoot at Harvard. But either way, I'm gonna go with the worst mascot is the Stanford tree. Please show Emanuel this.
It's
Oh,
pretty
this is
absurd.
worse than the okra. Oh my God, this is so worse than the okra.
To be one of the best schools in the world
Yeah,
and to have that as your mascot. Like this
Oh
is
my
something out of Mount Ida, not Stanford
I
University.
mean, here's the thing.
Oh,
Stanford's known for their engineering and really
yeah.
high tech stuff. They're not very good at design. I don't think that's not really their cup of tea.
no, this must have been a competition. I think that they gave to the remedial class in engineering how to design a mascot, and this is what
Or
they came up with.
Maybe it's a ploy to be like, hey, listen, our school is so good at sports. We don't want you to think we're good. So when you come in and see that
yeah.
thing and they actually stink, there you go.
Wow,
Oh,
that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. I completely agree on that one. That's the worst.
All right, Mikey, when we were talking before the show, you got me and Emmanuel very interested in something. You said you have what mascots get paid.
I have their financials, and you are going to be
wanna
very
know.
surprised.
know
Oh,
what
I want to hear
mascots
this.
make.
I want to hear this. Wait.
All
I
right.
gotta. If they're good, I gotta get my kids into becoming a mascot. So I want to definitely get them going. You're not going to graduate from university, gentlemen. You are now going to be a mascot.
You're the next Raptor.
All right. According to Yahoo Finance 2020, they did a whole poll of a bunch of different ones, and I have the mascot that makes the most money. But
Ooh.
we're gonna pull off some of these for instance, and I want to get your perspective on what you think. We'll start off. I'm just randomly gonna throw one at you. The New Jersey's Devil mascot. How much do you think he makes for a 40-minute appearance?
1 40-minute appearance.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Trudeau,
guess.
you have a baby, so let's say you want to have a birthday party and invite NJ Devil over.
So here's a question though, because is it going to be just some rando in a devil concert costume, or is
No.
it the one and only, like the guy who does the games? Yes.
So one and only.
I'm gonna say $150.
Nope. Manuel, what do you think?
It's more.
I think it's 3,000.
No. fucking
No,
way.
no. It's $800
That's
per,
Oh
per
shit!
40 minutes.
That's what my daughter charges. Like when she goes and does shows and stuff like that. It's like $800 each, like $1,600 for 2
What?
people.
Wait, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What are the qualifications to be this devil guy? Because I'm in.
No, this isn't even that good compared to the other ones, man. Some of these guys rake. Okay. How much do you think Wally, the Red Sox mascot, makes for a
so
year?
much money.
That's
A
good one.
year?
Yeah, a
Well,
year.
here's the thing to consider. It's baseball, so there's like 400 games in a season.
Oh no, I'll tell you the Cowboys one right after. He makes the same amount.
Okay. I think Wally probably makes like, oh god, but it's just a guy. Wally doesn't have to do backflips or anything like that. Like
Exactly.
the
Hands.
NBA mascots do way more than the baseball ones. Wally gets 85,000 a year.
Oh, close. What about you, Trudeau? What about you, Emmanuel? What do you think?
I would have said about 100 grand.
No, he makes 70,000 per year.
Wow.
It's not bad
Wow.
though.
Not bad.
That's not including benefits.
What benefits?
Well,
do you get?
benefits.
Great health care.
Great health care. You know, he gets to go probably work out at the gym. There's that. You know,
I'd like to think they let Wally work out with the players, but he has to wear the full outfit.
Yeah,
Like
okay,
the
wait,
guy-
wait.
Like the guy can't take off his outfit when he works out. He has to leave the outfit on when he lifts weights.
Exactly. Can you imagine supporting the team and then them not letting you in their locker room to talk to the guys or anything like that? That would be the worst. And that's how bad your life is. That's literally how bad your life is.
he makes
Hugo the
70 grand.
Hornet. Hugo the Hornet pulls in 100K depending on how much he wants to work. That's nothing. This is nothing compared.
Really?
All right. So
Wait. Are you gonna tell me the cowboy mascot makes more?
no. The Cowboy mascot makes as much as Wally, but he only has
Okay.
to work
Like 5 games, yeah,
Yeah.
8 home games, whatever.
with Wally's though. That's not including like his appearances. That's just
Yeah.
his, beginning rate.
I have so many questions about the appearances. Really quick, do you guys think that they have to give a cut to the organization, or it's just like, hey, it's your costume on the weekend, do what you want? That's a
So-
great question.
What happens is it depends on if he's doing a like something for a foundation, they bring down the prices quite a bit. So
Really?
if it's your birthday, if it's a private birthday, it's $800, whatever, 700. But for a foundation, it's only 125 per hour.
Okay.
But you're probably not getting the real Wally at that rate. That's what I'm
You're
guessing.
getting Big Red in Wally's costume.
All right, let's see if you guys can guess the guy who brings in the most or the woman.
I can't even.
It's an NBA mascot. I'll give you guys that.
Oh, NBA. So it's an NBA mascot that makes the most.
You
Was
are
it-
gonna
Can I
shit
ask you
your
a question? Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Was it a name that we mentioned on the podcast thus far?
Yes.
Is it the gorilla?
No. Emmanuel? And how much do you think?
Oh, wow.
I
Okay,
guess
well,
the price
Yes, you can, Trudeau.
We have- okay, so we have-
$160,000.
Okay. What about you, Emmanuel?
we haven't mentioned it yet. We have not mentioned.
No, we
have.
have. We have.
We have? Is it the Chicago Bulls? Benny the Bull?
No, that's a good one. That's a good
Yeah?
guess too.
I would have thought.
It is the inducted Denver Nuggets Rocky,
Oh, I love Rocky.
who makes $625,000 a year.
What?
The
That's
highest paid mascot in professional sports industry is the NBA's Rocky. According to this survey that they put out and the studies, the Denver Nuggets mascot makes over 10 times the average salary for a professional sports team mascot with a salary of $625,000. Rocky was inducted into the Mascot Hall of Fame in 2006.
We need to get a mascot on the podcast.
We
Someone
need a
who is
mascot. We need a mascot. I know Stephen Colbert on his show, he had a mascot made in Japan. So he had an actual Japanese mascot and a city named out of it, a little village that was actually adopted him. So we can have mascots. You can actually get an official mascot. Let's get it.
Because I have so many more questions. Like another question is like, so like the NBA guys, right? When it's
Yeah.
just like a helmet and like a costume, do you think there's multiple mascot people and they just switch out? Like, all right, you take this shift, I'll take next shift, or is it one guy the whole time? Because like obviously the Boston Celtic guy, like you can't switch out. It's one person. You're not wearing a mascot. But like if you're Benny the Bull, just have someone else with Benny the Bull costume come out.
Wait. Is the Boston Celtics mascot? Is that the leprechaun guy?
Oh,
Yep.
it's terrible. It's the worst mascot.
Yeah, it's the worst. It's one of the worst ones, but I didn't pick it because it's actually one of the worst. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's pretty lame.
I would assume just like anybody, he's under contract and he has a non-compete. So, but I know for college, it's just a student. They like have tryouts and you try out at the same time the cheerleaders try out. So
I'm gonna try out if Rocky's getting 600G.
wow.
I need to learn some gymnastics and try out.
That's
100%.
crazy. And you have some of the best seats in the house.
Yeah, and you get to do wacky stuff and throw T-shirts.
Oh,
It
yeah.
sounds like a great time.
And apparently you get to hit kids and get away with it.
If you're gritty, if you're gritty.
Oh man, I'm in. Where do I sign? Where do I sign?
Emanuel's like $600,000. Keep the money. I want to hit a kid. The evil laugh. Oh God, that was
No,
fun,
the
guys.
evil
I enjoyed our mascot talk. Wait, play that again. I love it. The Kawhi laugh.
That's the best. Kawhi. Oh man, my
Your
beloved
boy. And we're gonna talk about someone who I think might be just as good as Kawhi later.
Is this
Scotty.
Barnes?
Scotty doesn't
Barnes.
know.
I knew you were gonna talk about it.
I love
like him.
Scotty, but
I
before we
think
get into our guy Scotty Barnes,
Yeah.
our favorite segment is back, boys. Maybe next week Mikey can lose and actually pay off a real punishment instead of wearing a hat.
Oh, man.
No, my next loss I'm not going to do until I get really in trouble.
Uh-huh. They haven't been back on the podcast since they lost.
So let's roast them ourselves
Listen,
and then send it to them.
you can't just go and post someone's photo on our roast me. They have to take the photo with the thing.
With
Like
what?
you have to hold a piece of paper for Reddit that has your user tag and post it like that.
Okay.
Because they don't want people just posting photos of randoms and just putting on the internet.
How about this? Emmanuel, could Myra make us one We Got Balls shirt?
Yeah, 100%. But we need to design it. Like, what do you guys want to put?
No. Can we get one shirt and then let's the best Reddit or Instagram post, right? That
Ooh.
roasts them bad. We ship them the shirt.
We'll ship it. Yeah.
And you can pick Luca or pick.
Actually, I'm game with that. If to pay off their punishment, they don't have to come back on the podcast. But if they want to send us a photo of, we'll take care of this offline. But a photo of them holding a piece of paper with the user tag, and I'll post it on our roast me, and we can use that as their punishment.
Awesome.
All
Done
right.
and
So,
done.
are you ready to play fair again, Mikey? We're gonna play.
Yeah, I'll play fair again.
All right. I like that. I like when you're being a good sport. So.
I wore my hat.
Yeah, excellent costume. So right now we're going to start a segment called the Big Baller Bucket. Basically, it's a way for us to torture ourselves every week in the basketball season. What we're going to do is I have a bucket right next to me with a bunch of team names of basketball organizations. I'm going to pull the ball. You have the option of putting it back or keeping it. The whole goal is to have a team that has a winning record or has a tie record at the end of the next 2 weeks. If you do that, you don't have to pay off a punishment. If your team has a losing record, you have to come on the podcast and pay off a punishment. And if you're curious what these punishments are, they're all on our website, www.wegotballs.net. You can find all of our punishments there. And that pretty much wraps it up. So the way we're going to do it is we go around the room. The first ball you can keep or throw back. The second ball is last and final.
Okay.
Pretty simple. I think I covered it. Emanuel, do you want to start us off today?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm ready to go.
All right.
And
It's time for the Big Baller Bucket. It's time for the Big Baller Buckets. All right, man. Here we go.
Okay, here we go.
Your first ball, which popped out, is the Los Angeles Clippers, which they are a decent team.
Decent team.
They're not having a great season.
No,
No,
I'm gonna
right now they're 1-4. Wow, they're 1-4.
Yeah, I'm gonna put them back. I'm gonna put them
I
back.
tried tricking them into that one.
Yeah.
All right, so
And
you are aware that this last one is last and final.
I get
You're stuck with us.
I think it's
Literally, Seamus gave me the worst team in the NBA.
All right, so your ball this week, Emanuel, is
The Magic.
oh wow, it's a new ball to the proceedings this week, this year. It's a new ball. The ball says choose between two. It's a really good ball. So
Okay.
what I'm going to do is I draw two more balls, and you can pick
Yeah.
whatever one you want.
Awesome.
All right.
I need a Jeopardy sound. Okay.
There is
Yeah, that's a good
music.
idea.
There is music in the podcast. You don't hear it during the actual segment, but I put it in afterwards.
Yeah, okay.
The problem with podcast and music for us is like if we have music, it goes in and out when we talk, so it doesn't make any sense. All right, so your options are Denver Nuggets, which they're
They're
4-2.
Yeah, not bad.
And you have the triple double ball, which if you don't remember what it is, you have to pick any player to have a triple double over the next 2 weeks.
LeBron James.
Oh,
He sits out a lot of games now. If you want to pick a player to get if you want a player for a triple double, I would go with maybe Nikola Jokic from the Nuggets.
No, I'm gonna choose.
He's gonna
I'm gonna choose
break
the
his
team.
leg.
No, choose the team. That's too dangerous. I'm gonna choose the Denver.
Yeah, that's a good choice. So you have Denver Nuggets for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm good with that.
All right, I'll go next. I had Golden State last week. It worked out really well. I'd love to have them again. I have Washington Wizards. Wow, that's a tough one. They are actually really good so far this year. I believe they're 5-1 right now. And I know you laugh because we think the Wizards are always bad.
Because they usually are.
They usually are bad. I'm tempted to keep the Wizards at 5-1. Wow, I can't believe I'm going to keep the Wizards.
Trudeau, you might want to think that through, buddy.
I'm keeping the
Wow.
Wizards.
Oh, their schedule. Oh no, their schedule's like
Hey,
iffy.
just for shits and giggles, I want to pick one more ball just to see what I would have had if I put it back. Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
If I put it back, I would have got any team to have a winning record. That's probably better than the Wizards.
Who do you went with?
Probably just run it back with Golden State.
Golden State. All right.
All right, Mikey, are you ready for your pick for this week?
Yeah.
I wish you luck. No Pelicans.
Here we go. Here we go.
Literally, the Pelicans are 1-6 to the worst team in the NBA.
Los Angeles Clippers. I figure you won't go there.
And it's gone.
Wait, Kawhi's hurt, right?
He's not coming back this year, I don't think.
Nah, then okay. Next.
All right, last ball, please. How funny it would be if it was the Pelicans again.
Oh, I hope it's the Raptors.
The Raptors are pretty good this year.
No, but I hope he gets it.
All right, Mikey, here it is.
Here it is.
Oh, you're happy. You're Utah Jazz, baby.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
I like Utah, so this is nice.
All right. So before we finish up and get into some basketball stuff, Emanuel, we're doing this thing this year for your. If you don't know, Emanuel knows very little about sports, and he's been giving us his sports picks so far this year. And if you want to make some money, take Emanuel's sports picks and bet the complete opposite.
Trudeau actually helped you because Boston's like smacking up the Bulls right now.
So you're going to give us 3 sports picks from this week. You can pick any sport you want, but you've been picking basketball, I see.
Yeah, I've been picking basketball because I'm still following basketball a lot. Okay, so I picked Milwaukee versus Detroit, and and then I picked Houston over LA Lakers, that's a tough one, I think. But I think and then Sacramento over Utah.
And it's not straight up, right? So you're getting points on these underdogs.
Yeah.
How many points are you getting on some of these?
Well, so Milwaukee, I think I'm giving up 5 points, 5.5 points or 5 points, and then Houston over. I'm giving up. No, I guess I get a 10-point advantage.
Okay, yeah, you're getting 10 points. That's
right?
pretty good.
Yeah.
I think you made a mistake last week because you took Philly minus 10.5 against the Pistons, and while Philly's way better, dude, those backdoor covers are sneaky.
I know. So that's why. And then Sacramento versus Utah, and I'm getting 9 points. So those are my picks.
So we'll follow them this week. Hopefully, you have a bounce back week. I would prefer
you got to understand. I picked the other ones first, and then I reversed it this time.
Oh, so you actually would have.
I actually picked the other ones first, and I actually on purpose reversed it.
Okay. I would have been even happier if you went 0-3 and just kept going sinking down the standings. But all right, Emanuel. So I actually want to ask you about your experience a couple weeks back because you went to the Raptors game, right? And you sat pretty close to the floor.
Yeah, it was close. Yeah, it was close. Yeah. So it was a great experience. Well, it was a home opener, so it was great. The crowd was there. We didn't care whether they won or lost. Everybody was like in a good mood. It was Drake was there. He left halfway through because the Raptors lost that game, but he did stay till about half the game, and then he left. And they weren't coming back after that. But
Drake's the worst.
Nice to see. Yeah, it was nice to see the Canadian crowd. And again, the Canadian crowd is a mix of different cultures and people and of all ages and races and religions and everything else. And everybody was together. It's like a Canadian camping camping, not a camping, but just a Canadian get together. It was a Canadian get together. It was very, very good. So that was really what the experience was. And I got to meet my one of my buddies. He's my real estate agent, but he's also Drake's real estate agent. So he was there and he was talking to Drake, and it was pretty cool. But he actually sold Drake's house. He sold Drake his house in Toronto.
So when are we getting Drake on the podcast?
Well, so here's the deal. I'm going to one of the next games. The real estate agent, he actually invited me because we just sold a house today at 6 p.m. and my sister's house, and we sold it, and it was like well over asking price, and it sold in 6 hours and stuff like that. And it was like quite an ordeal. But he said we did such a good job of helping make this whole thing happen. He invited me he invited me to the game, floor seats, and he's basically sitting very close to Drake. But yeah, so I got to pick a game. I've got November 5th, Cavaliers, Raptors. I think the Raptors versus Celtics on the 10th.
Maybe.
I think Pistons, Raptors. I think that's a home game.
Don't go to that one.
Okay, so I think the Raptors Celtics game, because I don't want to leave it too long, because then he might forget and then not let me go. But we're going to be floor seats, right there in the action.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that, and I can get pictures of Drake if you want.
Mikey, when did Emanuel become such a big Raptors fan?
Since Toronto, was eliminated.
Toronto won 1 year, right? And that's when we became fans, because it became a date night for me and my wife. So it actually was a great way to reignite our relationship. And
baby, nothing turns them on more than Scotty Barnes with a big dunk.
100%. No, it was good, and it's
that Pascal.
For all you guys out there that want to revive your love life and stuff like
Freddie Van Fleet with the deep stroke from 3. Oh yeah,
dude, you are so like the sexual innuendos that you're having on.
Dunk it on me, baby.
We're gonna get R-rated on this thing, I think. Okay. See, look, I was gonna pick the Raptors today, and look, Raptors versus Knicks, 91-79, fourth quarter. They're gonna win the game. So I could have been like a winner today.
I think the Raptors are like surprisingly legitimate this year.
Yeah, but we're still kind of figuring out who's their star player. There's 3 players that I really like on the team, right? Well, I like all of them, but the 3 top players. OG, right? OG Anunoby. What? I can't even pronounce his name.
Anunoby.
Do you like our guy Birch, Emanuel?
No, I don't like Birch.
Wow.
I like Bonte, or what is it, Dante?
Why don't you like Birch?
Huh?
Why don't you like?
I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him really play very well yet.
Me and Trudeau met him. He was super nice to us.
He's a nice guy, yeah. But I'm a nice guy. But I'm not dunking for the Raptors. I'm a nice guy, but I don't rap. I don't.
You like Banton?
Banton
is your guy.
He was really good. So Banton, OG, Banton, and Barnes. Those are our three. Those are our 3. It's not 4 horsemen. What is it? Our three-legged stool.
Musketeers.
3-legged stool.
I mean, Banton's not that good, but I think
he's great.
He's okay.
About? He's very good.
You know who's my new favorite player, Emanuel? Is Kyle Lowry. Over in Miami.
Miami, I know.
That's why Miami's my pick this year.
Yeah.
Have you been watching a lot of Miami games?
I actually have. They're doing quite well.
Yeah. No.
We're 5-1 right now.
Wow.
Hero.
I'm disgusted in you.
Listen, I'm just doing it to piss off Emanuel.
I know he is. I know. He wants to piss me off, but that's okay.
I love Kyle Lowry. That's my 2K team right now. I'm not kidding. It's Miami Heat.
Yeah. Okay.
Jimmy Buckets and Kyle Lowry.
I'm disgusted because we're Magic fans, and he's out here repping the Heat, and the Heat and Magic are like bitter in-state rivals, and he's like, "Yeah, I love the Heat." You can't.
You told me to pick a team this year, right? You told me. That's what you said.
You don't pick the rival.
Trudeau, you pick a new team every single year. It doesn't even matter. You pick the Bucks one year, the Timberwolves. Now you're adopting. No, you like the Bucks. Remember a couple years back before they won. In all fairness,
yeah,
you don't remember that? That's when they were getting good. Yeah, they're doing really well. I saw them smoke the Pelicans back to back. That was fun.
That helps your record. You smoke the Pelicans twice.
The Pelicans are the worst team in the NBA right now. Yeah. They're 1-6.
Well,
they're close to it.
I'm just super happy that every single time I watch a Raptors game, Trudeau comments on the game as it's going through. So
I'm watching it.
I actually love that. But you see, you have the season's pass, right? So you have the NBA pass. I don't have that, so I don't get to see the halftime shows.
Yes, you do have it. Emmanuel Trudeau
I
set
sent
it
to
up.
you guys.
Oh my
That is
goodness.
But I will say, in all fairness, you're not able to watch the local games on the league pass.
Yeah. Which then defeats the purpose because I pay $29 Canadian for the Raptors games, and I get every Raptors game, whether it's a home game or an away game. It doesn't matter. So, and I get some of the other games, but I don't get all of the other games, but I do get at least the NBA games with my Raptors. So that's okay.
I will say, Emmanuel, the guy that has a Brooklyn accent that calls the Raptors games,
yeah,
he's growing on me a little bit.
Oh yeah. So he did a shout out. We bought a cameo for Luca. I'll send you the cameo,
nice.
And he did it. And you know what? It was really good. It was for Luca's birthday because Luca is
his birthday. That's great too.
I know. Yeah, true.
Awesome.
Hey, Mikey.
Look at
so
all
let
this.
me tell you what we did. Right, we went all out for Luca. Yeah. Not blood. Right, not blood. Passing like he's like a friend, maybe I would say he's a friend of the family, and we bought a cameo for him. And this guy, he did like a full 20-minute cameo giving him advice on his career. It was like a really big thing. It's actually really cool, but he's a great broadcaster. He's a great broadcaster.
Good for you. So Emmanuel, when you go to the Raptors stadium, what's the first thing you go do? Like, is there like a snack that you like getting there, or do you go and do you go to the team store?
The hot dogs there are quite good. That's what I do. I get a hot dog and then I sit down and that's what. And the hot dogs there are pretty good, so I can't complain. They're like very expensive, $12 for a hot dog.
Oh my god!
Like at Dodger Stadium, we went to go get churros and they were amazing. Like, what is your go-to? Like, let's say you just want a snack.
This is a great question.
Hot dogs for me.
You know what's the best? Fenway Park, the sausages outside the stadium.
Yeah.
Oh, those are so good.
Those are so good. I've had those. And in Toronto as well, the hot dogs are quite good. The sausages, the Italian sausages outside, they're very, very good.
Me and Trudeau, every time we go to a Celtics game, we get a family size bucket of chicken with fries. Yes. We get drunk and we just eat the whole thing. And we shared some with Mo Bamba's family last time we were there.
Oh man,
that was really nice.
Oh, when am I gonna go to Boston and watch a game with you guys? So I
come next Wednesday. I'm going to the game. I'm going to watch the Raptors play.
Emmanuel, we have the luckiest times whenever we're there. Like Trudeau went on the court because they thought he was a photographer one year. What? And then another time, like he literally.
Wait. Let me back up. You were on the court because they thought you were a photographer. Explain how you got on the court.
I had to come from work to go to the game, and I was wearing a shirt and tie.
With a backpack. Tell him the backpack. What happened to the backpack? What happened to the backpack?
All right, there's so many things to unpack, but I'll do the backpack and I'll tell you the story. So the backpack thing this was right after the Boston Marathon bombing, like maybe a couple of years, 1 or 2 years after. And they adopted a policy where you couldn't bring a backpack into the TD Garden. And I had my backpack from work with my stuff in it.
Yeah.
So I got so mad when they wouldn't let me come into the stadium with the backpack.
Yeah.
And they were freaking out. They're like, you can't come in. You have to turn around. So I'm like bugging out. I take all my shit out and I just say, I'm leaving my backpack right here. And they were like freaking out. Like, you can't just leave a backpack there. And I was like, I'm leaving it. And they
almost didn't get into the game because Trudeau was being a baby about a backpack. What did I get you for Christmas the next year?
A backpack. It was lovely. It was definitely from Five Below, by the way.
It was. I want to get you the best stuff.
So, but getting on the floor. So I came from work in a shirt and tie, and because they were playing the Magic, it was Orlando versus Boston. I decided to support the team colors of Orlando when I went to work. So I had the blue shirt and like a blue tie. And we actually, for that game, somehow, I guess the Celtics were bad at the time, but we had like floor seats to that game pretty much for like $100 a piece, maybe $80 a piece. So we were on the floor already, and I just started walking around with my shirt and tie with like the Orlando Magic colors on. And I was just like walking up to the Orlando bench and like walking around the court because they thought I was part like of the coaching staff or something, and they didn't care.
That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Oh, I got to go to Boston.
And then we were walking in the last time we went, and I go, Trudeau, what do you want to do today? What would make your day? And he's like, if we met Mo Bamba and we got an autograph. So just out of pure luck, we sat right next to Mo Bamba's family. We didn't ask him for anything. We were just talking with them, and they were like, "Hey, after the game, stay with us." And we're like, "Oh, okay, sure." So after the game, everybody leaves. They bring all of the families, and the families wait for the players. So me and Trudeau were waiting with Terrence Ross's wife. I think Fultz had a couple of family members there, and then Mo Bamba's family. And sure enough, Trudeau met Mo Bamba. We met Kareem Birch. We briefly just got a hi from Terrence Ross because they were hungry, but they were really, really nice. All of them, super nice.
That is amazing. These are good stories. How come you guys never talked to me about that privately about what happened to that?
Because you never really liked basketball until your team won.
Well, the best part about the Ken Birch thing was we were standing there in our row. There was like no one there. It was like 20 minutes, 30 minutes after the game, and we're facing like the player tunnel, and then out of nowhere, like there's just like a big hand tapping Mikey on the shoulder, and we turn around. It's just 6'10" Ken Birch, just like, "Hi, can I get by?" And we're just like, "What the hell?"
Whoa!
And he signed Mikey's stuff for him. Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Wow.
And then you just came on the podcast and trashed him, said he was awful.
I didn't say he was awful. I just don't think he's the best player on the team, but I like all of the team members.
You know who was awful to us? There was someone that was awful to us. He didn't even come out to see us. Was Evan Fournier. He was the absolute worst. He didn't even know we were there.
You hate him.
Listen, like even on this podcast, I love you all, but I do have a favorite. So I'm telling you,
nobody cares.
Who it is. I have a favorite.
I hope
nobody
it's not me.
Cares who your favorite is. That's like who's Satan's favorite. Nobody cares.
Oh God. I will say though, I did want to jump back to the Raptor stuff because I wrote down a note in my phone. And Mike, this ties back into you as well. So I know they always are saying like heat culture, this heat culture, that heat culture, blah blah blah. I think they need a new word for the Raptors because I feel like the Raptors have Raptor culture. And I say that because every year, like they're bringing in new guys and they just develop the shit out of them. And like, no matter who they bring in, they work hard, they get better, and they develop into really good players. Like no other organization does this. It's like the Heat do it with G League guys, and the Raptors do it with their guys. It's crazy.
But their coaching and what they do, I that's exactly what it is. It is a team. It's a team.
I will say the coach I've been dogging on for years. He's way better than I said, but it's all that Masai Ujiri. I don't know if I butchered his name, but he's fantastic at what he does. The president of basketball operations there.
There was a story that just came out about a week ago saying that the ownership or the head owner didn't want him anymore, but the other owners wanted him. Can you break that down a little bit, Emanuel?
I don't know what the story is there, but we heard the story here as well. And again, I think it was whatever politics there were where they were, renewing his contract, whatever, and the owner didn't want him, and we heard it here as well. But everybody supported him, and again, much like in Canada, where you support your team and the whole country's behind you, he basically was loved by everybody. All the
I can tell you someone he's not loved by, Terrence Ross, because his wife was slamming that guy. Remember, Trudeau?
What?
Remember when Terrence Ross's wife was like, I can tell you, because he was going to be a free agent after that season.
When you said slamming, I was thinking of something
else. Yeah. Pervs. What's going on with you two today?
That's him.
Too much Halloween candy.
Baby. I mean, Emanuel said how much the Raptors get him going on date night, so I don't know.
Oh no, I'm telling you, it is because we get out first, and I don't actually like to watch the games at the stadium. I actually hate it. We went to the home opener, and I literally said to my wife, I don't think I want to come back to go watch a game because first it's crowded, super noisy. You don't get to see really the full game. Whereas I go at home, I've got an 85-inch screen TV. And I'm sitting there and I can watch the entire game. I got Trudeau texting me and I can do whatever I want. I can get up and the drinks are free and the food is free. So for me, I can watch a game at home and it's a good date night if we order in and stuff like that. So that's
Emanuel, do me and Trudeau have a team for you where the drinks are cheap? It's usually quiet at the stadium.
Yeah, we do.
Come be an Orlando Magic fan.
Oh, baby.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a pretty sad sight. Speaking of the Orlando Magic, have you watched any games, Mike?
Uh,
Have you
I've
followed them at all?
I've been following them on. I'm on their Facebook, so they're always saying, "Oh man, Suggs doing so great," but then they lose by 20 to like the Hornets. So I don't know how much stock. I asked you the other day, you didn't say anything. How is Okiki doing?
He's been out. He's been out with the hip injury. He just came back. Was it Sunday or Saturday? He just came back and he only played like 10 minutes. So that I will get back to you on. As far as the other guys, you know who's actually been surprisingly good so far?
Hampton? Oh, don't you say it.
Your boy.
Don't you say Cole Anthony.
Cole World. Yeah, he's been pretty solid. It's crazy. So I watched the Magic and they have like between the first and second quarter, they have like a little stat thing of like it's called a moment with Dante or whatever. I don't know. But one of the stats they had the other night was no, it's called Is This Anything? And one of the stats they had was Orlando Magic, Mikey, their starting unit has the highest plus minus in all of the NBA. So like their starters have been unbelievable as far as beating the opponents, holding them down defensively and scoring, but their bench man is just atrocious.
But
Like,
let me
they're-
ask, like, are you rooting for them to lose? Because don't you want a first pick?
I mean, at this point, we're 1-6, and I don't think we're supposed to be any good, and they don't look any good. So at this point, like I'll watch the games, but I don't have any rooting interest. Like I'll just watch and be like, oh, Jalen Suggs looks good. That's promising. But if they lose, I don't really care. So I don't have any interest in them winning, but I'll just enjoy if the guys look good.
It's hard to dedicate that much time on a really bad team. It's so wasteful. Just better off checking it up.
I mean, I just like to see it. Like I find actually more fun to watch. You know, I find a young team with guys you're trying to figure out if they're any good. I find that to be more fun to watch than watching a really good team that you know is supposed to be good and win every game. Because like if you're just expecting wins, it's just you're going to be either happy or sad depending on the outcome. Whereas if I'm just trying to see if my guys are going to be legitimate players in the NBA, I don't care if I win or lose. So like Wendell Carter, I like him. He's been really, really good for the Magic, and they just re-signed him. Mo Bamba, I'm like so pissed at because the first 3 years of his career, he's like not cared one bit, and he's just kind of been moping around the court. And now that it's time to get paid, he's like an animal out there, and he's like all aggressive and stuff. And where's his been for the first 3 years of your career? So what's going to happen? They're going to give him a nice little contract, and he's just going to stop caring again immediately. This is what I'm talking about, Emanuel. I need the Raptor way. I need that Raptor culture in Orlando. Because you see the dudes on the Raptors, man, every single one of them, like busting their ass. Like they had Boucher last year. Chris Boucher was one of the surprising players last year. He's not even playing this year. You want to know why? Because Precious Achua works way harder than him, and they're going to play Precious over Chris Boucher all day.
100%. And that is the Raptors way. Like it has not changed, right? Even when they had Kawhi Leonard, one of the things that I will say is that Kawhi Leonard still acted as part of the team. Yes, he was the star, but he was still playing with the team. The passes were there. They were doing everything they needed to do, and they knew kind of how to leverage him the most, and that's why they won the series, right? Again, I'm so glad, and this is just like Mikey, who was so happy that you started to watch baseball. I'm so happy you're watching the Raptors. I'm like ecstatic. I'm absolutely ecstatic.
Well, I'll be honest, like the biggest reason why was I drafted Scotty Barnes in fantasy basketball.
Oh, is that why? Okay.
But
well,
like now that I've seen Scotty play, like I think Scotty Barnes is the second coming of Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah. You
like
think
no
so?
joke, Mikey.
I don't think he's a Kawhi Leonard, but I think that he's one of the best players on our team for sure. 100%.
He is going to. He's not Kawhi now, but he's going to be. I'm just saying this now. When his career is said and done, he's going to be like a 7-time All-Star.
Yeah.
Trudeau,
good.
I've only seen you cry once. That was at your wedding. Oh no, twice at my wedding too. But the third time that I almost saw you cry was when that draft night episode that we did, and you were so happy we didn't get Scotty Barnes. Like that was like
I'm
the one guy.
so mad we didn't get Scotty Barnes.
Yeah, I remember.
You need to go listen back to that.
I know. I was so
episode.
wrong.
Yeah.
So, but hey, Trudeau, maybe that's what you should be doing. Like maybe start writing up some draft reports, send it to Orlando. Be like the
Well,
Trudeau way.
I don't, Manuel. Maybe you can help me out because you watch a lot of Raptors. But Scotty Barnes, was it against the Celtics? It was against somebody. He had this amazing dunk where he took the ball, he rebounded the ball, took it
Yeah.
full court, took 2 steps from the free throw line, and just dunked it on 2 people. Like it looked like Giannis.
yeah.
It was
I
amazing.
think it was against the Celtics. I think that
Yeah.
was, but yeah, we were there, and it was just, this is definitely. But again, it's not just about the one single plays, right? It's about how they play as a team. And again, Scotty Barnes is getting used to playing with the team. He's now starting to see what he can do with the team and how they're very, very aggressive. And now they're learning how to be aggressive really early in the first and second quarters, right? Which
Yeah.
that's where they're worst, right? Because they typically, if they don't do well there, they will never do good in the end. They have to be 10 points ahead by the half in order to have any chance at the end. That's the way the Raptors has been.
I love that we have a Raptors insider now. He like knows this team really well. It's awesome.
Getting better. Listen, you guys have shaped me into a sports. Like actually starting to like sports. I hated sports before. The reason why I was even joining you guys was probably just a drink where I didn't have to go and meet with anybody. But I've actually started to enjoy the fact that I'm actually enjoying some of the things of sports. I still don't understand how you guys can understand all the stats and get into it as much.
You
as
love
you
numbers.
Numbers are the
No,
best part of the sport.
Oh God, I know, but I don't know how you guys do it where you actually go through and remember all of these players and everything that they've done. Like for me, I just don't have the patience for that. I don't know how to do that.
We just wanted you to not be picked on at Google
I
playing
think
with your Rubik's cube in the corner.
I think
And
so.
be
Thank
like,
you guys.
"No,
Thank you.
no."
Thank you for saving me. Thank you for saving me. Okay. Appreciate
Is it true that
Um,
you guys really do the Hogwarts thing there?
Yeah.
The game? What's that game that
do you
they
mean?
play?
oh,
Quidditch?
Yeah.
Quidditch.
Quidditch?
Yeah. Do you really do that
Google
there?
has a Quidditch team. Yeah, in Mountain View, in Sunnyvale. In
Do you
Sunnyvale,
play?
they have a Quidditch. No, I don't play. What?
You'd be a good beater.
Okay,
That's
we're
what he
gonna
does
get,
during the
like,
Raptors
R-rated
game. If you
now.
heard
I know.
earlier.
Well,
you
and
bit
l-
somebody, okay? You bit somebody. You bit somebody's cylindrical.
I was 7 years old.
don't know.
I was 7 years old.
Whatever, dude. Okay.
I think that's a great place to end the podcast
I
today.
think so. I think you're right. Okay.
I had a great time with you guys. I'm glad that the
Love it.
gang is all back together. It's been a couple weird weeks where we were missing Mikey, and then we had guests and all this sorts of nonsense.
Oh.
But it's been fun just to have the gang back. Mikey's back on the therapy couch.
This is the
I
podcast
don't do
is
this
downhill
anymore
whenever he
because
lies down on
remember the
sofa.
last time that I did this?
Yeah, it was the worst podcast. We had to restart the podcast.
30 minutes in, man.
Chief Wahoo.
Chief
only,
Wahoo.
We've only restarted the podcast twice. Once when you were on the therapy couch, and the other time when the Scottish people came on. Fucking.
Oh, they were fantastic. I'm glad that we have like a legitimate source of talking to real people that won't bring up Disney and anarchy or whatever the hell they were talking about that day.
I love you guys. All right. Well, thanks for joining us today, guys. We really appreciate all you listeners checking us out. Do us a favor. If you're listening to some podcasts, hit that follow button. We really, really appreciate it. If you're listening to us on Reddit, check us out. We Got Balls Podcast. Everywhere where you get your podcast. We do this thing once a week, usually 8:30 on a Monday we record. We'll see you next week. Peace out.
Awesome.